Okay, this is a quick tutorial on how to use epa.gov/data. This is a source for finding all EPA data. It is also worth keeping in mind that a lot of EPA data is tied to other resources that you'll find throughout government websites. You can access air, chemical, environmental information by location. Superfund, which is contaminated land that currently has somebody held responsible for it. Toxic release inventory is the amount of toxics that are released into the air, soil, and water by different industries throughout the year. And then water, which is all things water. A couple of pieces at the bottom you might be interested in. So this ECHO is a analysis of the permitted industries within our communities. If you're interested in their enforcement actions, or if they've been in trouble, this ECHO is where you want to go. EJ Screen is a great website to understand your community and some of the demographics and any disproportionate environmental burdens, or to understand the environmental burdens in your community. How's My Waterway is a great place to click on and find everything about your water in one space. And then this APIs right here will become important as we begin to pull stuff into ArcGIS, build a map, and build a story. For today, we're just going to click on environmental information by location, check on your community. If you're interested in finding out more about what's going on with EPA in your state, you can click here. And there's a couple of areas, including Flint, where you've got kind of a deep dive storytelling. What we're going to do is just go to My Environment, and we're going to put in a location. So we've been looking at Atlanta, Georgia. So we put in Atlanta, it very quickly, there we go. It's got the air index. So currently is a moderate healthy day. It's spending just under, so 23% of the time in an unhealthy environment, 33% of the time good, and currently 3% of the time is unhealthy. Here are the waterways that it is assessing. So the Chattahoochee River in 2 different locations, the Flint, Proctor Creek, and South River. We can continue to scroll down. You can see where most of the greenhouse gases are coming from in your community. So in this instance, most of it is coming from petroleum and natural gas systems. There's other emissions, which is 80,000 metric tons of CO2, waste emissions, and then mineral emissions in this one. And then My Health. So this kind of breaks down the different pollutants in the air, according to health estimates and air toxic estimates. And then if we come over here, this is a little bit about the makeup of the energy sector that you are relying on. And if you dig into it, you can actually find out some of the pricing as well. So if you're interested in any more details on any of these, so say I want to know more about the air toxics, I can click on More. And it will take me into a pretty detailed listing, some visualized trends. So radon is a issue that exists throughout Georgia and some of the groundwater. So there's an update on radon. We can actually subscribe here to air data. If I want to get an email or a text message every time the air quality is bad in my area, I can follow through there. And then if I want to get into the other parameters and deep dives, they exist along the top right here. Again, we can click back to go back to the map. And as we see over here, we can actually click on, this is going to be a very large layer. Actually, I'll tell you what. So right now it has Superfund sites on. If we were interested in the toxics released inventory, so that makes sense, right? So you have your Superfunds, which are your chemical companies or your companies that are creating waste that contaminates, and then right next to it you'd have your toxic releases. You can click on it and click through and find out much more about that industry. So, play around with EPA data, see what you can find, about your community. And if you're interested, there's multiple different ways to pull that information into your own website, which we will address later on in the class.